حي على الفلاح.
Of the 4 ayat I told you that summarized the whole story, the first of them was they went into the cave. The second of them was they went put to sleep. The third of them was they woke up. And the last of them was that he's telling the story for a purpose. And by saying that, نَحْنُ نَقُصُّ عَلَيْكَ نَبَأَهُمْ بِالْحَقِّ, we're narrating the story onto you for actual purpose. By saying that, Allah is teaching you and me that there is such a thing as learning the story and not understanding its purpose. There is such a thing as learning Islam and forgetting the purpose of Islam. There is such a thing as gaining a lot of knowledge without purpose. There is such a thing. And we have to be careful about learning with what? With purpose. We cannot lose sight of purpose. Everything we do must have purpose. This is one of the most powerful lessons taught in this surah. Is it possible that people will learn about the people of the cave? And they're supposed to learn how to hold on to their faith and stand with confidence and rely on Allah and all of these things, but get lost in details that don't even matter? Is that possible? Do we do that with Islamic studies? Do we study the story of Yusuf alayhi salam and obsess over what was the minister's wife's name? How old was she? Did they get married eventually or what? Where's Yusuf alayhi salam's mom? I want to know about his mom because Allah didn't talk about his mom, so I want to know about his mom. What are his brothers' names? Do they rhyme? Because the purpose of Quran is part of the teaching of the Quran is not just knowledge. Part of teaching is what should you focus on and what should you learn to ignore. There are some things you have to learn to not ask. Not every question is healthy. So what does Allah do? He says, سَيَقُولُونَ ثَلَاثَةٌ رَابِعُهُمْ كَلْبُهُمْ وَيَقُولُونَ خَمْسَةٌ سَادِسُهُمْ كَلْبُهُمْ رَجْمًا بِالْغَيْبِ وَيَقُولُونَ سَبْعَةٌ وَثَامِنُهُمْ كَلْبُهُمْ. Look at these people. All they discuss is they must have been, 3 and the 4th one was the dog, and 5 and the 6th one was the dog, and they even say they were 7 and the 8th one was the dog. Why are they talking about this? Why can't they learn from the people of the cave that they should leave useless conversation? Remember when they were asking how long were you sleeping? What was the answer? Allah knows better. Allah says now again, قُلْ رَبِّي أَعْلَمُ بِعِدَّتِهِمْ. Allah knows better about their number. What do you care? How is it going to increase your iman that they were 7? Aha! 7. I knew it. You can't just hold on to the book artificially or for your own silly curiosity. You must emphasize what your Lord Himself emphasized. You must pay attention to what He said and what He wants you to know and what He wants you to learn and internalize. These young people are amanu bi rabbihim. They are the ones who've held on to their faith, the most basics of their faith. I don't expect our young people to become scholars and experts of the Arabic language and tajweed and Quran and memorize and all of that. Those of you that are doing that, I'm so proud of you. And those of you that haven't even taken a single step in that direction, you don't know how to recite a single word of the Quran. That's not your fault, but the fact that you can still hold on to your faith. And the fact that you can still make a commitment to Allah and say, Ya Allah, I want to be strong. And I know where I'll get my strength. I'll get my strength from your words. So I'm turning to your book, Ya Allah. Make this journey easy for me. Make this journey easy for me. And when you can do that, you watch what Allah does for you. He will do for you what He did for them. وَزِدْنَاهُمْ هُدًى. We increase them and we enhance them and we evolve them in guidance. He'll transform you into better and better people. He'll make you people that other people will want to be around. He'll make you a role model. Here you are looking for role models. You've forgotten that you're the one Allah gave Islam to. You're the role model. You're looking for someone to lean on. You're the one that everybody else has to lean on. Learn to stand up. This book will help you stand up. It is high time that the youth stop complaining. They stop saying the pressure is too high. I don't know how to handle it. You are the people Allah chose for this generation. And Allah chooses the right people for the right generation that can carry the banner of His faith. You're the people that Allah chose. Stop hiding behind excuses. This is a person who does a sin and their heart gets a spot on it, like a blemish on it, right? Which is what danas, the language scholars called it danas, a spot. And then if he repents and he goes back, then it's scrubbed off, it's washed off. Literally, it's made polished again, given a shine. The heart's given a shine, according to the wording of the hadith. But if he doesn't, if he continues,
another spot, and another spot, and another spot, until the entire heart becomes hard. Entire heart becomes black. Black with filth and rust. And this is the state that is described in the ayah. رَانَ عَلَىٰ قُلُوبِهِمْ. And what caused this filth on their heart? What is it that rusted over them? مَا كَانُوا يَكْسِبُونَ. Whatever they used to earn is what made the rust occur on top of their hearts. You know, in the previous surah we read, Ya ayyuhal insan, ma gharraka bi rabbikal kareem. Allah asked a very powerful question. O human being, what is it that deluded you? What took you away from your noble Lord, from your gracious Lord? Now we learn in this surah, what took him away? His stiff heart. This is the worst thing that can take you away from your noble Lord. So Allah asked the rhetorical question in the previous surah, and we have this scary response in this surah. رَانَ عَلَىٰ قُلُوبِهِمْ مَا كَانُوا يَكْسِبُونَ كَلَّا إِنَّهُمْ عَنْ رَبِّهِمْ يَوْمَئِذٍ لَمَحْجُوبُونَ. Subhanallah. It is these people that especially when it comes to their Lord, they are going to be barricaded, they're going to be blocked off, meaning they won't be able to see their Lord on that day. On that day, especially their Lord, they will not be able to see, there will be a hijab. You know the word hijab? A barrier. That which comes in between you and whatever you want to see, so that you can no longer see it. It's no longer in your sight. That's what hijab is, literally what hijab means. So here, when Allah Azza wa Jalla says, on that day, they will be permanently barricaded, blocked off from the view of their Lord. The wording is interesting in that there's ikhtisas. عَنْ رَبِّهِمْ is first. It is their Lord that they won't be able to see. It is their Lord that they'll be barricaded away from. And what that implies is there's something else that they will be looking at. And not only looking at, they can't stop looking at it. You remember in the previous surah, وَمَا هُمْ عَنْهَا بِغَائِبِينَ? They will not be able to steal even a glimpse away from that hellfire that is staring at them. They can't hide behind a beam and take a breath and say, okay, back to the punishment. No, not even a blink. They're stuck. Their eyes are stuck on that punishment. And here, they'll be staring at that, but what won't they even get a glimpse of? Their Lord. It's a contrast from what we found in the previous surah. Ash-Shafi'i rahimahullah comments, this ayah is a proof that the believers will in fact see their Lord. This ayah is a proof that the believers will in fact see their Lord. And then Malik rahimahullah, he commented, when Allah's enemies are barricaded away, when they're blocked off from seeing Him, then He will show His glory, His full glory to the believers until they get to see Him. Subhanallah. So this ayah at the same time is a punishment on the kuffar and is a gift to the believers.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. If you enjoyed this video, please do share it with friends and family. If you want to see more videos from this series, click on the box at the top. If you want to see other videos, click on the box at the bottom. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thanks.